Hi guys, it's Wade McMaster here. Got another video here for you today. I've actually had a request, someone who wanted to know how to put a simple image on their sidebar that they can simply click on and take to a subscribe page. So it's a pretty basic process. This isn't the most advanced video, but just a good handy little technique for you to know if you do have a website in WordPress. So this is an official site. This isn't actually a test site. This is a site I use for my web design business, and basically, I've got a little blog section here, and I've got an image I want to put just above this that I want to use to send people to a page so that they can subscribe to my email newsletter. So basically, what I've got open at the moment, I've got this website open. If I just go into my admin, I'm just logged in here in the back end. I've also got my MailChimp account open. And I've also got here Canva, which is what we're going to use because although I use Photoshop for my imagery, not everyone has access to premium design tools like Photoshop and that sort of thing. So I've actually got Canva open here to show you just how easily you can do it without spending any money. So basically, what we're going to do first of all is in our dashboard here, I'm actually going to create a new page. We're going to New and Page in WordPress. Okay. And I'm just going to call this page Subscribe. Now, all I'm really going to do here, once again, is nothing fancy. I might put a bit of an intro text here, to subscribe. Simply fill out the form below. Now, you will obviously want to put a bit more of a message in there. Maybe you have an opt-in, like a free ebook or something you're selling, and you want to sort of put a bit of description in there before you paste this form in. But basically, this is what I'm going to put in this video because this here is pretty much up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little text tab over here, enter, and I'm going to go into my MailChimp dashboard. I've got a few lists here. I'm going to click on lists. You see I've got a few lists here and I want to subscribe to people to my web design list. So I'm going to use a little drop down over here and go to sign up forms. And then you'll be presented with this page, embedded forms. Now you see here we get a nice little form here we can take from MailChimp. Now you got a few different options. Basically, you can choose to customize the form as much as you want, but we don't want to get into basically all the form options because there's a few here. There's a slim version which is just the email, but for this page we're going to have a bit more information. And we basically get this nice form here, this nice code. We simply click on that. One click highlights a whole lot. We're going to right click and go to copy. Head back to our page here and making sure you have text, the text tab open, not visual. We're going to paste that code and then I'm just simply going to click preview. You can see here we have subscribe, so we fill out the form below and we've got our form. So this page is basically almost ready to go. So I'm actually just going to publish that page. I'll just close this preview. Okay, now I'm just going to open this page in a new tab. And now we have officially a page, webdesignmirabai.com.au/subscribe. And this is where we're going to send people from our sidebar. And it's actually, there is a sidebar on this page already. So the next step is to actually create the image we want to use. So if we head back here to Canva. Now I've actually already signed up using Facebook, but it's very straightforward. You simply click sign up with Facebook and it'll prompt you to grant some permissions so that way you can actually, start using the program. For now, I'm just going to go log in and you simply log in with Facebook. And since I'm already logged in with Facebook, I just click the button and now I'm in. Now you've got a few different options here depending on primarily, I guess, the shape of what you're after. Now, a lot of this stuff is basically almost ready to go, but if you want, we're going to try and start from scratch. So I'm going to use custom dimensions. And I'm just going to make this, because quite often on mobile, iPad, that sort of thing, images are actually displayed at a higher resolution than they are natively. So I'm going to choose, say, 600 by 600 to create a square image. Click design. So we get taken to this nice little editor here. You've got a few different columns. You can have columned layouts and gridded layouts. For this particular design, I'm just going to stick with the straight layout, just like that. And you'll see you've got some tabs here for some options. Now I'm just going to go down to the background section here, and I'm going to basically make this black. You've got a few different patterns and that sort of thing. But you can choose, you can choose a black, but there's actually still an image there. But if I move that, you'll see the black background is behind it. Now, I haven't used this tool a hell of a lot, but it is extremely simple. I can use it for 5 minutes to get the hang of it. So if I want to, I can choose to keep this image, or I can choose to delete it. But what I really want to do is I want to upload an image. So I'm going to go to Photos. Oh, sorry, Uploads. I want to upload my own image. So I'm going to click this button under Uploads, Upload Your Own Images. And I've got an image right here, which is a picture of Maryborough that I took. And I'm going to upload that in there. You see the little progress here once it finishes. Alright. And now the photo is uploaded onto the site. So if I head back into background, so you might be able to, there we are, use this image. There you go, sorry. So from Uploads, we simply click on that image and it pops up on the page. So now I've got my image here, but I don't want it to necessarily take up the full image. So you've got a few other options here, like elements. You know, you can choose shapes, photos, and simply add them in as you please. Now I'm going to go into the shape section here. I'm just going to choose a box. I'm going to resize this. Shuffle this up a little bit, just for the sake of this video. And I've got a nice little section there that I can choose to sort of put whatever I want. So I can basically put a bit of text over that. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Because I've got a few options here, I can go down to my little text section. And you actually already got a few bits and pieces laid out, ready to go. What I'm actually going to do is choose this one here because it's very similar to my font and branding. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to add that. I'm going to say subscribe. Click here. You can see it's very simple. You simply click and type, very straightforward. And you've got your options at the top here. If I want to, I can make that bold, I can make it italic. I can change the color, which I do want to do. I want to change that to black. I want to also change this to, let's say, a gray. And go from there. I can change the color this the same way if I want to. I can make this yellow. I can make it blue. But I do actually want to keep this white. And I'm going to grab this box here. Whoops. Going to make sure you click the right section. And move it down. We do have a little box in here that we want to change as well. But getting to it can be a bit of fun. But you get the basic idea. I can actually move this text up if I want to as well. I can resize it, do whatever I want. So what I might do is simply put that there. Actually copied that. With a bit of playing, you get the idea. It is pretty straightforward to use and work with. So what we're going to do now is basically I'm going to create an image out of this that I want to use on my sidebar. So it's actually quite simple. There's a little option up here that says download. I simply go up to download up here. I've got the option choosing JPEG, PDF, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to choose a JPEG and click download. There you go, it has now been downloaded. So, I mean, you can basically, as long as you're willing to spend a bit of time, you can spend a good 15, 20 minutes or whatever just mucking around, getting the look you want. But you can see how simple it is. It's simply click and drag to move things around. I can move this down if I want, up. Like I said, I can get rid of the box altogether. Yeah, I can have a play. I can make that text white. I can do whatever I want with it, really. I've got all the options. All the options are right there. It's very simple. So you've got a nice, very simple sort of tool there to work with. Now I've actually got this downloaded here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy that over into the folder that I'm working from. Okay, and I'm just going to now head back over to WordPress. Now I'm actually done with this page. It's been published. So what I want to do now is go to Appearance and Widgets. And as long as you have the latest version of WordPress, if you don't, head into your dashboard, into your Update section, and there'll be a button there for you to update WordPress. It's a one-click little job there you got to do. And what you want to do now is find there's an image tab just here. I'm going to drag this image tab to the very top of my sidebar. Now this sidebar section here, if I go to my blog, which you can see it there, is this here. This side section here. So what I want to do is simply select an image. I'm going to go to Upload Files, select, and you see I've got that image saved from earlier just here. Subscribe, click here. I'm going to open that. And there's my image right there. So I simply, once again, type in subscribe to my newsletter. Just copy that, paste. Now before we go any further, we do want to get that other page we had up before, which if I just browse back, I can copy the address here, the /subscribe. I'll copy that full address, get back to my widgets. And before I add it to the widget, there's a link section here. So I want to link to a custom URL. The drop down. I want to delete that, right click, and paste that full URL into that section. And then I'm also going to make this image full size and simply add it to the widget. You can see now this image has been added to the widget. I just simply save that. Now if I head back up, go to my blog, just refresh, you'll see the image is now there, ready to be clicked. So that's how simple it is to get an image in your sidebar, adding the link to that page. I can click that, and you see we're now on the subscribe page. So it's a pretty basic sort of process, but anyone can do it. It's probably one of the more basic videos I've done, but until you know how to do it, it can be a bit of a mystery for most people. So I hope you have found that interesting. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but that is just a nice simple way of doing it. All free tools, and yeah, you can actually get some pretty good results. And like I said, Canva is very powerful. If I go back, you can choose from a bunch of pre-existing designs if you want, and simply edit those. It's very handy, very intuitive. There are some elements you do have to pay for if you want, but you can pretty much get the look you want very easily for free. So hope you found that video useful, and if you did, please like the video, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, if you enjoy my content so far, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks. See you later.